Gervonta Tank Davis's trainer, Calvin Ford, has some sharp words for Devin Haney and his camp, and an observation, warning, and advice about what they need to do if they want to get in the ring against Gervonta Davis and not get decapitated. Let's talk about that in this video, but before we get into it, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And thank you to everybody that is a big time supporter of this channel. Even if you're a Devin Haney fan and have not liked what I've had to say over the course of the last several weeks, if that is the case now, you're probably not going to like this one either. However, it is related to a wish that Devin Haney has, which is to get in the ring with Gervonta Tank Davis. But before we get into that, I just want to tell you real fast about today's sponsor, the Boxing Showtime app. It's a very useful app that keeps you updated on all things boxing, and you can keep up with the latest fights, where to watch them, the latest news, and a lot more. For any hardcore boxing fan like myself, and most likely all of y'all, I would definitely recommend downloading it. And it also is most definitely a big support to the channel. It's available for both Apple and Android, and you can find the link in the description below. Thanks for considering downloading Boxing Showtime's app. But let's get back into the subject matter of the video. Now, we know that Devin Haney, the undisputed lightweight champion of the world, the WBA champion, the WBC champion, the IBF champion, and the WBO champion, has long talked about getting into the ring with Gervonta Davis, the WBA world champion, a belt commonly known or referred to as the regular championship. He is one of the biggest cash cows in the sport of boxing, a 3-division title holder, 1-division, 2-time major championship holder at 130 pounds with the WBA Super and the IBF belt, and one of the biggest names in boxing, period. Calvin Ford, who is his trainer, and Coach Kenny, who is his trainer, made observations on the Rise podcast about Devin Haney, and they did it right before the fight that took place with VASYL Lomachenko and after the fight with VASYL Lomachenko. And in both cases, they implied the same thing, that Devin Haney needs a new trainer because Devin Haney has a lot of very obvious flaws that they have already game planned for. They said that the one thing that they were going to watch in the fight with Lomachenko was to see whether or not Lomachenko could capitalize on what they saw as the holes in Devin Haney's game, holes that they say that they've seen every time they've watched him fight. And in fact, they said that they did film studies and broke down Devin Haney before they even fought Hector Garcia, because they know that that is a fight that Gervonta Davis wants to have and a fight that could likely take place in the future. So after the fight, a fight in which VASYL Lomachenko won a considerable number of rounds, fought closely with Devin Haney in almost every round other than the ones that he won, did not come away with the win. However, came away in the minds of many boxing fans, whether you like them or don't like them, whether you agree with them or do not agree with them. He came away in the minds of many boxing fans, that is Lomachenko I'm speaking of, as the winner of that fight. After the fight, Calvin Ford and Coach Kenny, in videos that are circulating the web and have been broken down on many different YouTube videos as far as the substance of what they said about how they were going to flip a coin to see if they were going to fight Shakur or whether they were going to fight Gervonta Davis. But not many people realized or connected the conversations that took place before the fight and their mood after the Lomachenko versus Shakur Stevenson fight, and the observations that were also made directly about Devin Haney and his trainer, father trainer Bill Haney, which was that Devin Haney, to maximize his ability, needs to get a new trainer because Bill Haney is not doing as good a job as he could be doing in the corner of Devin Haney and in preparation for the fight itself. Now, obviously, Devin Haney is a world-class fighter. So we are not talking about whether or not Bill Haney is a good trainer or a bad trainer. However, when we are talking at the very elite level of the sport, where you are fighting guys that are at the upper echelon of the fight, of the fight game, your trainer and your trainer's game plan and the observations that they make are very, very important. And it may be the case, at least this is what Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny believe, is that Devin Haney's father, Bill Haney, is not up for that task and is leaving his son very vulnerable to very big shots that will come over time to him. And that if you look at it as of right now, Devin Haney has been fighting guys that were either small or all of them have been smaller than him. And none of them, except for Jorge Linares, has had the punching power to, if when he hits Devin Haney, to make him pay for it. That will not be the case if he fights Gervonta Davis. That will not be the case if he moves up to 154 pounds, where guys like Regis Prograis are waiting on him. Right now, you have Matchroom Boxing, who says that Devin Haney is very expensive, commenting on him returning to Matchroom and not returning to ESPN and Top Rank if the contract negotiations go that way. Then Eddie Hearn says that he has Regis Prograis for him. If he fights Regis Prograis and gets hit with the same shots from the southpaw position that Lomachenko hits him with, Regis Prograis will hurt him. Same thing, obviously, for Gervonta Davis. That is my opinion. Not saying that Devin Haney does not have the ability to win those fights, just making the observation that barely beating Lomachenko or having a controversial decision over VASYL Lomachenko, and having a just as hard a time or not harder time with VASYL Lomachenko than Jermaine Ortiz did, and then Teofimo Lopez does, to me puts Devin Haney on the same level of fighter as Jermaine Taylor, as Teofimo Lopez. And I think it is fair to say that that both of those fighters are most definitely at risk of a loss to multiple fighters in that lightweight division and 140-pound division. However, that's my thoughts on the matter. Please let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Share the video, like the video, would be greatly appreciated. And also make sure you comment in the comment section to let me know what you think. I want to get the comments up. Thank you very much. And with that, I will talk to you on the next video.